to our focus group. We are focusing on training, mentoring, and supervising. Education. Sorry, education. Supervising program.
What is that?
Anyway, we are looking for honest, candid answers today. We'll be compiling all this information for a report to provide to our board.
You're not gonna put our names on them?
No, no names.
We're not gonna be Facebook, are we?
No, but we are hoping to get some really good information so that we can raise the bar for realtors and make some changes, some positive changes regarding mentoring and education. So, all right, and this is Dr. Annette Ryerson. She's from Carroll College, and she's facilitating all of our focus groups for us.
Yes. And Jenny has been great. She's been keeping up with me. Because they said focus groups across the state. And then Jenny's like, holy cow.
That's a big state.
Yeah. So we are on number 5 and we have 11 total.
Sorry.
So, yeah, Jenny's either been Annette. Yes. So
Are you public administration or business or what?
in business administration. Yep. And I teach marketing and business, anything in the business area, and non-accounting. So, yeah, I know how to do accounting.
Can I just give these guys a little bit of background too, because MAR has been looking at the whole education thing for several years, actually, when things started to be really problematic. And so we have a working group that has spent 2 years trying to figure out what do we suggest, what do we do. And these groups are an outpouring of that group, because it was like, we can't, just this small working group that is maybe 10 people, includes everybody from core groups at MAR. But they really felt to give the BRR a true picture of what agents were thinking and needing and desiring, they needed to come out to the agents on the field. So I guess, am thankful to that working group at MAR for recognizing that they needed to get the input of all of us on the ground.
And that was 2014 from what Jenny has told me. And so now it's 2 years later. And so my summers are more open and my school starts in a week, in a few days. And so I'm trying to get these sessions in because it's easier for me to travel before school starts. And but I'm appreciative for you guys at the last minute, especially with all the things going on in the community, coming together. And it's not for me to, single you out for your opinion. All I'm here to do is take a list of questions that has been put together by the team at MAR, and it's kind of morphed a little bit since we started the focus groups. I've done Missoula, Bozeman, Helena, yesterday Kalispell, and then you guys today. And so last week, after doing 3 sessions, we met and kind of talked about what the questions, how they could be, changed a little bit. But what typically happens is you guys start doing so much talking, I don't get to maybe 2 or 3 questions, and then I look back and I say, what have we talked about and what is left? And so really it's just a matter of you giving me your opinion and your experiences, and then I'm recording, and this is my son Clayton, and he's videographing.
Oh my goodness.
And he is, and it's more just for interpretation, not to know who anybody is, so don't worry about your name tag. But we won't single you out. But just for me, more to know, how the dynamic was, and how many people were there, and what the conversation looked like. So I appreciate your being here. So that's where we're going to get started. We just had our brokers this morning, and they were earlier today, and they were very, open and honest about how they felt about things. And pretty much the way that we want to start has to do with pre-licensing. So tell me how many years in the industry. I know Jenny wrote that down, but I didn't even look at I didn't look at the number. Anybody less than 5 years? Okay, so you've recently gone through the 60-hour training and the rookie course.
Not the rookie course yet.
Okay. Oh, so you're a real newbie. All right. Excellent. Okay, so how was the training?
It was good. I did online course.
Okay.
It took me about 5 months.
Okay.
Because I was working, doing other things too.
Okay.
And then I do my rookie course September. Or
Oh.
second.
Okay, in Missoula? Okay, all right, wonderful. And less than 5 or
2 years.
2 years?
Yeah.
Okay,
And I've done the rookie course, so, same question.
Yes.
Training, I went to Canome Morton,
okay,
and I took it prior to choosing a brokerage to work for, so I had my license, or had passed the classes, then I went and interviewed brokers to work with.
okay,
So, and then yes, I've taken the rookie, and I've taken 1 year of GRI since, so.
okay, okay. And what was your experience with the rookie course?
Oh, it was good, it was informative. In fact, it's almost 2 years ago now, because I took it just about immediately, and it's
Okay,
kind of, it's past history almost, I can't remember it.
all right, all right. And how long are you waiting, Debbie, between your test and your rookie course?
I took the test in April,
Okay,
so 5 months.
so you're out doing business? And you're, okay, so and this is what we've seen, and I'm happy to have a newer person because sometimes we see that, and some people have gone as long as 11 months before they actually get involved and go take the rookie course. And so we've talked about other options for what's involved in taking the rookie course, because you gotta wait till it comes somewhere near your community.
I had that experience. I'm dual licensed in Virginia and here.
Okay,
And I've been in the business 17 years, so probably I've been here almost 5 years. And I don't know, I have mixed feelings about having to do the rookie class. Well, first of all, it was in Billings.
Okay.
And I just moved here from Virginia, so that was a little bit of a haul.
okay,
And I'm not sure, well, I mean, I'm very training oriented, I go to lots of stuff. But it was a little cumbersome to figure out what I was gonna get out of the rookie course when I'd already been an agent for 15 years, you know?
okay, okay.
And I didn't get much out of it, except meeting some people. I mean, I got some things out of it, but,
Okay.
so I guess that's for everybody regardless of your background, right? If you're transitioning from somewhere else?
Currently, I believe that's how it is, yeah. So it's, and we have a list of what's included in Robin's portion of the rookie course. And that's 6 hours of the 12, is that true?
Oh,
That's what Mark told me yesterday,
okay,
was that.
he would know better, yeah.
That her portion is the 6 hours, and it deals mostly with forms and the completion of forms. And so I guess coming from another area.
Well, I mean, it's totally different. We're buyer beware, Virginia, it's a whole different
Okay.
thing. So in that regard, and Robin was very good.
Okay,
But I guess, you know, it was going, and how long is that, 2 or 3 days? So you had to either
2 days.
drive to Billings, stay in a hotel 3 days,
The idea
or
was to
like a
get you to
half a
see more
day
of
of
the state.
instruction. But,
The idea was to get you to see more of the state.
well,
Yeah, that's part of it.
I mean, welcome to Montana, I mean, I had just arrived, so I'm just saying, I don't know if there can be, if the idea is that everybody has to take it, if that's a Ferris, or
Okay.
there's some exceptions,
okay,
you know,
yeah.
that's all.
Okay, all right. Anybody else have an opinion about exception or the way it's laid out?
I don't remember taking a rookie course. I came to Montana 16 years ago, having been licensed in North Carolina for 13 years.
Okay,
And so I really just don't remember.
I
But
don't think they have it then.
I don't think they did either, but I can tell you this for sure. Every time I've ever studied forms, I've learned more than on any other course I've ever had. Forms are so important.
Oh, yeah.
okay,
And of course, North Carolina is kind of like Virginia. We didn't have the same regulations and requirements. They were different. I mean, a perfect
Yeah.
example is title insurance in North Carolina is bought by the buyer.
okay,
Because they're the ones who are getting the title of it's being insured, not the ones who are giving the title. I don't know, I mean, that's a big, big difference though.
Sure.
And,
I'm sure sellers would like it.
yeah,
Yeah,
Buyers were not real happy with it, but it was considered, I mean, I think maybe they had the option to not buy it if they did not have a mortgage, but the mortgage companies required it. So,
okay, okay. So things like that. So forms is a very popular topic, and I'm gonna back up a little bit, because did anybody take the 2-minute brief survey that came out? Jenny sent it out, and it came out in various forms, and all we wanted to do was kind of get an idea of what was going on before I started covering the state, and asking supervising brokers and agents specific questions about what they thought were the most common issues that needed addressing. And then also to talk about other items. So I'll tell you what the things were that they were concerned about, and that's pre-licensing, post-licensing, mentoring, and forms. And so those, and ethics was in there too, but those seem to be at the top, above 50 to 60%. And so we had at least last week, there was over 300 people who had filled out the survey, which was pretty good. And, but the other thing was we asked individuals about their supervising brokers. So if you were a supervising broker and you managed agents, how far away were they from you, and what was your greatest amount of communication? Where did you communicate the most? And most of those responses indicated texting and emailing. And so those were the same between the agents and the supervising brokers. So I would assume I can send 10 texts and emails with one face conversation. So I'm thinking that might be what the answer is, or it might mean that more people are not actually having face-to-face interactions. So we don't know specifically, what that is, if that's exactly what's happening. But those are the issues. So forms are very important, and forms are, so is there additional training? You're gonna go through the rookie course, and if you could have taken it earlier in an online version, not like flip through PowerPoints online, but a live online where maybe the teacher's in Billings, but she's or he's projecting out to various offices across the state, would that have been more beneficial to you if you could have had that earlier on?
Well, I prefer going to a classroom.
Okay,
I took the online real estate course because I was new to the area, and I didn't want to just put it all into 1 week, the whole course. I kind of wanted to take my time and maybe be able to review things. But I prefer to go to classroom, so I probably would have waited and just gone to Missoula for the rookie course.
okay. Anybody else have an opinion about that? Because it's been tossed around. Some people think online is strictly you're working alone, there's nobody on the other side, at least there's different versions, but an interactive online might give you the opportunity to, ask questions, and the teacher is actually in another location teaching several students across the state. We're just trying to think of different ways to, get the training and education out there, but we want it to be, beneficial.
I personally enjoy online interactive,
Okay,
but I haven't done any in real estate.
okay,
So
okay.
I mean, I think it would be helpful if, I guess in a big state like this, it's a little prohibitive, but if the rookie class was like, from Helena over to, because that asks a lot of people, because you're talking about staying in a hotel. I'm going next, and Doug, are you going to be on the third thing with GRI?
Second.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm finishing up GRI next year, and it's in Billings.
Okay.
In March. It'll be interesting. And I guess I get it from that, but for the rookie, I think they should have two.
Okay.
And, because that's really asking a lot for somebody from, because it's a requirement, GRI is elective. From Whitefish to go all the way to Billings, that seems
Yeah,
excessive.
there's got to be a pretty good expense of putting that on, I would imagine, and that probably is one of the factors, is having just one.
what do they teach in the rookie class?
Okay, I can tell you what 6 of the credits are, and then I think Zane teaches 3, and then do you know who the third teacher?
Yep, Debbie Escoyas.
Okay. Okay, so I have your,
I don't remember. I don't even know if I ever went to one.
oh, you made copies for everybody. I didn't realize that's what that was. I was reading them to everyone.
everybody.
All right.
There might be more
Okay.
than one there, I'm not sure.
Well, I think personally that it's a good thing, because not all brokers are alike. And some do not do a good job of supervising for training. So I think the idea of the rookie course is very good. I'm not sure we have that opportunity anymore, but.
Okay, so if it were to be offered as an option, if you do like that, live online format, and you didn't want to wait, and you didn't want to drive to Billings, and if you took your test, so the example that Mark Semenich was giving, he's gone with me to a few sessions, he's the Helena Association of Realtors, EO, is that you could take your licensing or take your test in November, and it could be almost a full 11 months before you actually take the rookie course, just depending upon where it's offered and when. And so the thought is, if you're not with a really big brokerage, you might actually miss out on a lot of things that you learn in the rookie course. So that's just the very beginning of all the things that we want to cover. And so I don't know if anybody has any recommendations about anything.
So currently, how many rookie classes are held in the state of Montana for newly licensed agents?
20.
Well, it used to be set for sure through the Board of Realty Regulation. They would do 5, maybe one more. But because the local boards are not picking them up, it's not for sure how many. So it just depends on who's offering where.
I'm confused.
See, because I think when Debbie was doing
Oh, you
hers,
mean
when we
within the
were
board,
first,
or you mean?
Well, BRR used to take care of offering the rookie course. They were in charge of taking it around the state, and they would schedule throughout the year, and I think they would do 5. But now, they have released that to the local boards. So Missoula is offering 1, Billings is offering 1, Caswell, so it's around the state, but I don't know, it could be more than 5, it could be, less than 5.
Do you have to be a member to attend, or can you attend
Well,
any?
rookie is for every licensee.
Right, right.
So-
So I mean, if Missoula's hosting one,
Anyone can go.
anyone can go.
Yep, from Billings and
They might
Missoula.
charge you for it, right?
They will charge you, yeah. It's the same fee for anybody, because it is open to licensees and realtors as well. So it's just one flat fee, but it could be more in Billings and less in Missoula. It's just up to the board.
RCEs offered?
Yes. Yeah, 12 credits.
because I think there were several options for Deb, because she didn't choose one. I just wanted to, so
Yeah.
you could pick a better location.
Okay.
And maybe it would be an option to have one